I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, and dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Hello everybody, as you probably know who I am, Steven. So working the Amaral concept. I'm over here in Malawi, Lilongwe with Noel Musicha, who's the founder of Chisomo Idea.
Yes, sir.
We've just started a partnership about, I don't know, a few months ago, sold a house, and that was the first time I've made a commitment to investing in other communities with my clients. And so here we are, a couple months later, here with Noel. Known him for about 10 years.
Yes.
Been here to Malawi probably four times. First time 2013.
Yeah.
And I was just super excited to put up a little thumbnail with his face, my face, and be able to talk about what we're actually doing. So
Yeah.
if we're actually looking to partner with you as a client, then you can get a look at Noel, get an introduction into what goes on over here at Chisomo Idea. Could you give us a quick introduction? Who you are?
Yes, yeah. And so Chisomo Idea is a non-profit over here in Malawi, in Africa. We are a group of friends that have committed our lives to working and improving the lives of the materially poor. We do all sorts of different types of projects, and we have, whether that's like business incubators here to allow people to be able to learn how to do certain types of businesses. For right now, we're doing a tailoring business where people are learning to make clothes and where people are learning to, to make bags and so on and so forth. We have sports initiatives. We have like a leadership development work here in the country. And yeah, so we do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and one of the best parts about what you're describing is it's not like a concept, right? It's something that you started a while ago.
Absolutely.
And so the difference that I see whenever I'd come back here is pretty substantial. Like this building, this wasn't here, right? And if you pan over there, that there's an oven. There's you can pan the camera that way if you want. Yeah, there you go. You like turn it. There you go. Just keep turning it. It'll go. And then over here, right, you have the oven where you see a bunch of ladies just from the village.
Yeah.
And now we started up on this infrastructure.
Yes.
And then what I've learned over the years between working with you, working with other communities, is how critical it is that I don't come in with my agenda, right? I can see something that you're enjoying, something that's beautiful that you're doing here in the community, but as soon as I come in and I try to use my experience as a realtor in San Diego, in Malawi, Africa, like there's a whole bunch of different problems that come up.
Absolutely. Yeah, even I am not out here always thinking, I'm not driving my agenda. We are driving the agenda of the community. We are driving the agenda of the greater community, and then we are driving the agenda of the leadership community in terms of like the things that we say, okay, let's try this idea and let's try to work with this. And we've seen a lot of successful stories by doing that. And so we're just very excited to be able to get into a partnership with you guys, and hopefully there are more and more people that are working with you, because the more people are working with you, the more people are working with me. So that makes me happy. That makes that gets me super excited.
Yep. So as you can see from this, we came here about $1,900, right?
Yes.
Is what we're putting towards work here, and there was some other money that went elsewhere. But if you want to show, this building is something that you've had up for how many years?
Oh, a few years.
A few
years. Pre-pandemic. This was our pre-pandemic work.
So now that you're able to get the community going out, you've been working, getting things together.
And hopefully you'll be able to show them some of the work that we've already done with the money that you've given. The 1,500, where we had an epic leadership conference that people are still talking about up to now.
Yeah.
Lots of young people that are coming together to be inspired, to know that their lives can mean something. And there's a lot about the things that we can do, practices that we can enter into to change our lives. But the first thing that has to change is a mindset. And so that space was about that. You were there.
Yeah, I was there, and it was
cool.
It was great. It was very cool.
It was cool.
It's a TED Talk, but not a TED Talk.
It's a TED Talk, but not a TED Talk. Yes, true.
Yeah.
So then we did that. We put some of the money in that space, and I thought that was incredible. And of course, as you can see here, we're working on windows for this building, and then inside we've just been working on the paint. The people coming together to do the work by themselves. What you get to do is to say, okay, what can I contribute that? What can I contribute there?
It's a testimony of this is what you say you are. And look what the results of who you are has become, right? Purchase the land. They also have a soccer field over here. I don't know if you had a chance to take a peek at that. But what we're also talking about is, as somebody who's also trying to learn how to manage my business and whatnot, sometimes it's really good. It's really easy to go for the sexy, easy projects, right?
Yes.
So feeding people.
Yes.
Working directly in the community, like at a hospital, doing
Sure,
funds.
sure.
But what I've learned over the years is there's something extremely critical about infrastructure, right? So you're famous for saying you focus on culture and then in comes infrastructure, like the land and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so it seems like right now you're ripe and ready for that growth.
We envision machines, and people are learning tailoring and things like that. We have that. Now we have that. We have these machines, and people have come here and they've learned tailoring, and some of them have started their own businesses. I mean, your heart, how full is your heart when something like that happens?
Dude, there's nothing better, right?
Nothing
I mean,
better.
I can buy the new iPhone, and I can buy whatever else that appeases me, like a nice dinner down in the gas lamp, right?
Yeah.
But when you start looking at the long term, you change somebody's life.
Yeah.
You're and even if it's not mind-blowing, this whatever, you I don't know, built like a 5-star resort here for all the people, the fact that
simple
you're
things.
giving value
Yeah.
to the people who are forgotten,
Yeah.
who sometimes struggle with that self-identity.
Yeah.
You're helping them realize their identity, who they are, right?
There we go.
So-
And the cool thing about it is, as they find themselves, we find ourselves. That's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty of it. When you find something that you're passionate about, your energy levels are off the charts,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it, is that we are doing something that we love and that we care for, with the people we love and that we care for, and we are inviting you into the story. And you've taken a first step in that to say, oh, no, I want to be here. And so it's cool to see you providing the finances, and the finances already being put to work.
Yeah.
So
and it's been fun. It's been really, really fun. And one of the things I love is I've been able to send messages back to the clients that trusted me with this project.
Yeah.
And it's been exciting. I remember
so
I
exciting.
forgot to message him back for a couple of days, and
Yeah.
he was like, "What's going on in Africa?" It's
Yeah.
exciting stuff. It's very
Yeah.
exciting. You live in the States.
Yeah.
You're a pastor over in the States, and this is also a piece that you grew up here. This
Yeah.
is your home.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the people that are running this, you're doing a lot of the stuff over there, but you have the people here on the ground who've
Yeah.
given up some pretty substantial job offers,
Opportunities, yeah.
opportunities, and just because they've loved the community here.
Yeah.
And so that was a big piece. I think when I came in initially, one of the talks I had with Stephen Joyce is that goal was to come in with projects.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, these are the projects that we have that we want to join in with you. But then it started evolving.
yeah.
Because the more time I spent with the leaders here and seeing the kind of transitions
Impact.
that were happening, the
Yeah.
impact, the
Yeah.
transitions,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, there has to be something longer term. So through that, right, committed to a year of helping increase that staff infrastructure so that
Yeah.
they have more comfort. Nothing
Yeah.
super substantial, but
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
Because I think when it's easy to look at the kids out here, right,
Yeah.
and say, okay, we've got to help them, got to help them.
Passionate there.
But then
yeah.
the people who are giving the most, their time, their
People that
they
are doing
already
the work.
have opportunity,
Yeah.
but they choose to be here,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's what this is about.
Yeah.
And as a summary, I appreciate you, appreciate the team. If you guys are more interested, we actually use this camera. Thank you, Von Wick, for if you hear that name again, for helping out with the camera today.
Yes, yes.
His first time actually holding the camera, so
Gumbo,
you're
the
doing great,
gumbo.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you guys are more interested, this is the guy, the team that he's looking over. Chisomo idea. I'll put a link down below. But this is one of the opportunities that you have to pour into, whether you buy, sell a house with me, or you just want to look at the ministry on your own.
Yeah.
These are the people.
Excellent.
Great stuff.
Excellent.
All right.
Hey, we love you all, and yeah, I mean, enjoy. But don't forget, like life actually is best enjoyed. The gifts we have in our lives are best enjoyed when we share them with others.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Blessings to you. Meet you soon.
Perfect.